The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 633 of Daily Deck Review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Piff the Magic Dragon playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So, these are the Piff the Magic Dragon playing cards here. And if you don't know who Piff the Magic Dragon is, well, obviously he's a magician, and he's been on the shows like America's Got Talent and Penn and Teller. There. So if you've ever seen those shows, you would know that he carries around a red, kind of like suitcase table kind of thing that he holds all like his tricks and stuff in. There, like a little case that he carries around. And this is what the tuck box is kind of based off of. So on the front here, you can see that it's kind of like in a satiny finish, but with some glossy kind of little designs on top. It says Tacular. You got Piff there, and some cards all over. And you got little miniature piffles, and then you got the princess in the castle there. And then on one side it says Piff there in big yellow text. Other side you got little stars. Then stars on the other side, and then this side we saw which says Piff the Magic Dragon. Then on the back here you got a little bit of information. Here it says they're from 2015. Piff the Magic Dragon original concept by John Vanderput. And then it says presented by Chris Calico and illustrated by Claire Blackledge, and they're printed in Taipei by the Expert Blanket Company. So it's slightly different stock and finish than your regular, like, United States Blanket Company stock and finish there. And we'll get to those little things here in a minute. And this is a sideways tuck box, so it actually opens, not this way, it actually opens from the side here, which is kind of unique. You don't usually see that too often with cards there. And then the cards are in here. But this deck is slightly more unique in a way, just because it actually has 56 cards. No, I mean 64 cards in this instead of the regular like 54. Because sometimes you just have like the two jokers and a few like two extra ad cards. So the most you actually have is like 56. Yeah, 56. But this actually has 64, so a bunch of extra cards here. And I said this was slightly like his case that he carries around with him. So if we were to flip this over, before we get to the back design, we actually have these three little red cards here. And what do these do? Well, they're all the same. So we'll put two off to the side. I already have one that I've used before. So if you see this thing on the back here, we can actually insert this, like you would unfold it and then insert it in here. Just like that. It says Piff the Magic Dragon on it. And then you can actually open it up and unfold it. So you can actually get like the little table that he carries around. I'm not even, like, it's been so long since I've actually like did this. I kind of almost forget how to unfold it. Ah, there we go. Something similar to that. And then you can actually like, if I actually did it right, it doesn't really stable too much. And you can only do it without the cards in the box just because it's lighter. But if you were to like fold it up, you can make it stand up because that's supposed to be like the stand of his little table that he carries around. But I cannot quite get it to stand at the moment. Anyways, you kind of get the idea. So I'll just fold that back down, put that off to the side. And you got three of those just in case like you break one or use it too much. There, so you got some extra little stand cards. And now for the back design here. Here we got the mirrored back design there with a thin white border. And there's in that green and white colorway. And then you got that it says Piff the Magic Dragon. And you got that castle design there. And then if you flip it over, same design in both directions. But now for the cards you get with the deck. And here we start with the little first card. So just kind of like some little trick cards, like the gaff cards in the deck. So you got Mr. Piffles and a cannon there. And then you got a second one where the cannon actually shoots off, where the smoke's coming out. And then you got a third card here. So the three 3-card gaff little thing here. And it's Mr. Piffles going through the 10 of diamonds there. So you kind of got like a pretty cool little gaff set here. And then if you ever seen, like I mentioned before, Piff the Magic Dragon on America's Got Talent, then you know he likes to eat. So in one of the auditions that he did, or acts, he made a sandwich and started eating it. So there's like these sandwich little piece cards here. So you can do some kind of little sandwich trick here, I guess, with these. So these are just some little extra cards. You got 2 slices of bread, 1 plain slice of bread, and you got like the meat, and you got some cheese, and then you got some like a sandwich with like butter on it. There. So there's some pretty unique little extra cards. And now onto the jokers here. You got the first joker, it says Joker Joker. Then you got like a knight on a horse there. And then you got a second knight on a horse here. Almost identical, but then it has Mr. Piffles there in the helmet there. And then you got the little lance that's stabbed through the 3 diamonds, or 3 diamonds revealed there. And we got the custom spades here, the ace of spades here, which a spade is in a flame there. And then you got the yellow font there for the numbers there. And then the spades themselves are just flames, so fire, that bright orange fire. And then you got the custom court cards, Jack, Queen, and King of spades here. And they all have that yellow kind of bad background there. And then you got Mr. Piffle there shooting out a spade, kind of little flame there. Or like farting out one, I guess. Then you got the princess there with a little sign and a little lighter. More there, kind of lighting it there. And then you got Piff there, kind of like sneezing out some flames because he has a dragon there, and it's in the shape of a spade again. And you got the Jack Queen and King of diamonds. Then you got Piff there once again, and he has a bag of diamonds there and some bills. Then you got the Queen there, which looks a little grumpy. She's got a little Piff dress on. And then you got Mr. Piffles there on a pile of diamonds. And then you got the custom diamond design here. The numbers this time are in red. And then you got the red diamonds with the yellow borders. Then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of clubs here. You still got that same yellow border. And then you got you got Piff there with an ink, a jar of ink, and then he has like a bunch of Mr. Piffle paw prints all over him. Then you got the Queen there hugging a picture of Mr. Piffles, and then you got Mr. Piffles there signing some little photos of himself and the ink. And the clubs are in the shape of Mr. Piffles' paw there, and then we're back to the yellow font or numbers. And then lastly, we got the hearts here, Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. And then you got Piff there holding a bouquet of roses there in the shape of a heart. And then the Queen is throwing them out, not impressed. And then Mr. Piffles is peeing on it. And then you got the hearts here in the shape, with the roses there in the shape of a heart. So a heart bouquet. And now that we to look at the cards, time to test the handling. And I will use all those little extra cards, so we get like the full effect. But I won't use those ones, just because they're not actually meant to be like bent or shuffled. Just because they'll ruin the little flaps there. So this will be a little bit thicker, just because of those few little extra cards there. What I say, they got some pretty nice springs to it. Pretty smooth. They fan pretty nicely. Pretty even fan. No real stickiness to the fans, which is pretty nice. Pretty decent ferro. Pretty nice giant fan. You can see all custom faces there. So overall, I gotta say they handle pretty nicely for being a different stock finish. Always nice to test out different stocks. And this stock actually feels really nice there, so I kind of quite like the feel of it. So no issues with the handling whatsoever. Fantastic. They're not super too thin. They're not too stiff or thick of a card. They definitely feel slightly thicker, but still pretty thin at the same time. And you got that incredible green and white back design there. It's that castle design. And then you got the fully custom faces there with the hearts being the roses there. You got the spades with their flames. And you got the clubs with their Mr. Piffle's paw. And you got the diamonds there, which is red and yellow. And then you got the fully custom court cards there. So overall, I gotta say this is a fantastic deck. And this is the V1 version, because I know we came out with another one that I do not have yet, which I do really want to get. And it came in, not this style tuck box, it just came in a normal style tuck box, where it opens from the top, there. That's a newer deck, so I want to get those someday. And once again, here's that fantastic tuck box, what it's supposed to look like is like case. And one more time, I'll try to fold this open here, but I can't quite remember how it folds. So you obviously you fold it up, and then you're supposed to twist it open, so it stays like this, and then like this, or something like that. And then it's supposed to stand, but it might not stand on this like plush mat. And it is slightly top heavy even without the cards. Oh, I kind of got it there. So if I move it back, it's kind of standing up straight. But anyways, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 633 of your daily deck review. And this has been the Piff the Magic Dragon playing cards. And I'm the Creative Character signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.